So I recently went home. Like I mentioned in my previous video, that I would go home and do a traditional ceremony, which is something more like Thanksgiving, because I've been away from home like for like 2 years, and I kind of like really missed everyone. At some point, I was extremely depressed because I wanted to reconnect with my ancestors and home, the nature, the livestock, and everything. And I made sure to feed myself with all that, to fill my cup with everything that I missed. Like each and every day, I dedicated like each and every day to go out there, walk, catch up with people, spend as much time as I can in the nature, just making sure that I show myself to the ancestors that I'm around, I'm here. So that really felt so good. And the event went really well, even though there were so many challenges during the planning stage. And at some point, I actually found myself wanting to give up because I felt like the pressure was just too much. Like at home, when you are young and you notice that elders are actually following your lead, they are dependent on your lead because now you are holding the money. They think you have the power and you know a lot of stuff. And in the meantime, I was depending on them because they are the ones that know how to operate. They are the ones that know how all these things are done. I'm just a kid, but trying to better my life. So I think that's where I found the difficulty. Um, Trying to rely on somebody, but noticing that they are relying on me. It was so frustrating. But in a way, we pulled it through and the event was successful. One thing also that makes me proud the most is that a lot of people actually attended the ceremony. I think that was my goal, to see like a lot of people attending. And like most people were so happy to see me again. Like, where have you been? We've missed you. Um, like how are things going? So actually, that was really inspiring, and to finally like catch up with people that last saw me when I was like 10 years, 11 years. Now they are seeing the beard, and some of them don't recognize me anymore. But it was actually great. So I'm so grateful and I'm so proud of myself that I pulled all this through. And yeah, even though it was difficult, but I managed to like make sure that everything goes smooth. And I think I'm also so good with emotional regulation. I manage my emotions so well. And even though like sometimes there were like a little bit of conflict, like family dynamics and stuff, but I managed to stay calm and not take any sides. So that was really great. So like one thing I want to talk about, actually I didn't plan anything, but something just triggered me and I decided to put the camera on and just say something. I noticed that so first of all, when I went home, I knew that there won't be internet because the signal is just poor, and there will not be Wi-Fi whatsoever. So that means I will live the entire time there with less or no screen at all. So that means I won't be scrolling on Instagram, I won't be watching no YouTube videos, I won't be chatting with people on WhatsApp. It will just be me and the activities that I do, or the people in the village. So I kind of prepared my mind for that way before I went home. So I did something interesting. So normally when I go home, I fly a lot. I fly a lot. And the last time I drove to Eastern Cape, it was only with my uncle. So it was like nice and comfortable. This time around, I went to the taxi rank. I caught a taxi from Cape Town to Englobo, my hometown. So like when I went to Cape Town, there's a big taxi rank. It's called, all right, they call it Stock Road if I'm not mistaken. So like there's just a lot of taxis going everywhere in Eastern Cape, and that's where everybody catches the taxi. It's like an airport, international airport. So you book and catch a flight from there to wherever you want to go. So it's a similar thing, but we just use taxis, and it's so dangerous around there, extremely dangerous. You see a lot of like armed men walking around with AK-47s and stuff. It like the situation is really scary over there. But I think one thing that made me do that is because I didn't book my flight or bus on time. So when I checked the prices, it was really really expensive, and I was not willing to pay the price. So I said, man, it's fine. Let me just go to the taxi rank. I'll get transport there anyway. Secondly, I guess I wanted to expose myself to like these areas that I've been scared to go to, because I know that if I just sit here and be like, maybe next weekend I should go to Kailicha or I should go to Kuala or whatsoever, I will end up not doing it. But if something forces me to actually be there, I will go there and actually enjoy. So that was one of the situations. I was actually forced because I didn't have any other choice. I wanted to go home. And I had already told everyone at home that I'm coming and I will be doing a ceremony. So the only way for me to get there was to go to Stock Road, get a taxi, and head home. So my experience in there, I think the people are really incredible. The area is dominated with Xhosa people, and when I'm in spaces like those, I really find this deep connection that these are my people, regardless of what is happening around. But these are my people. The language that is being spoken in there, I relate with everything. I get to experience the most authentic way of living. There are just people around like, selling organic chicken, umleqwa, and like a bunch of other stuff. And you just get to, even though they are armed men like walking around, you just get to ignore that. Like somehow I ignored it completely because I was just fascinated by the culture, the people around, the music that they are playing, like the traditional music. It was so amazing. And of course, yeah, the journey was great going home. And when I got home, I also experienced the same thing. So it was like a scaffolding, preparing myself mentally that now I'm transitioning from this world that everything is crazy, everything is transactional. We speak English almost every time, to the world where most of the things are kind of free, and we get to be authentic and we get to use the most natural stuff available. So it was like, yeah, that scaffolding, and I think I did it in the most perfect timing ever. I mean, yeah, in the most perfect timing because I was actually going home and I kind of needed that scaffolding, the mindset switch that I'm gonna be meeting these people now. So I have to make sure that I'm ready to deal with whatever that comes. And yeah, I actually enjoyed the journey. Got home and doing the ceremony, everything was fine. Also, so many challenges, but we did it. And going back to the point I wanted to raise. So when I was there, I noticed that most of my internet habits, like bad habits that I have, scrolling, mindlessly scrolling on Instagram and watching a lot of YouTube videos, sometimes for no reason, just passing time by. I didn't think about those when I was there. Sorry, when I was there, I didn't think of any of those habits because the situation was actually forcing me to use whatever that is available that I have, which is focusing on what I was there to do, like finding a goat, because I had to buy a goat. Finding a goat, like, yeah, an affordable one, because also the goats are so pricey there. So I had to go around the village and remember to to move from one village to another is like 5 kilometers walk. So I had to remind myself that okay, I grew up here and I used to walk. So I had to prepare my mind as well to just walk around. I don't want to mention the sunburn, it was extremely bad. After like I actually checked my skin after like 3 days of me being there. I was completely black. Like the sunburn was extreme. I had these weird spots in my face, like especially like on the edges of my nose around here. Like it was really, really extremely bad, like itchy, even like painful. So, but I understood that. I mean, part of me being there, I think I don't know if the ozone layer there is not as thick as it is here in Cape Town, because I feel like yeah, sometimes yeah it's hot, but it's not as extreme as in the village. Um, but yeah, going back to the habits. Uh, I think I strongly believe that if you want to get rid of your bad habits, you have to find the most good ones as a replacement. Why am I saying this? It's actually, I think we fall into these habits because sometimes we get bored and we don't have anything meaningful to do. When I was there, I was like a lot of the things I was doing, they were meaningful. I actually planned them before I went home. So I knew that when I get home, I'm gonna have to prepare wood. I'm gonna have to make sure that there's enough water. I have to make sure that there's ingredients for brewing alcohol. I had to make sure that there's also like Western alcohol, like brandies, beers, like ciders and stuff. So when I was there, like I had a mission, even though like there are other people that were helping me around. So I had a mission, and I was busy with all those things during the week. I would sleep very tired each and every day, and I would wake up, walk for like five kilometers, go to another village, and like make sure that everything is in place. So in a way, I didn't have time to go to the internet and mindlessly scroll on Instagram because I was not bored. There were like a lot of things that I was doing, and I had more time to like have conversations with people in real time. So I think that that's really important. Um, if you really, really want to get rid of your bad habits, I think the best way in this year is for you to actually find something meaningful to do. You know, maybe if you want to be in a relationship, just go out there, approach people. If you want to have a strong network of people that are goal driven and doing all the things that they want to do to better themselves, just go out there and um, network with them in real time. In that way, you will probably find activities that you will be doing daily to get yourself off the screen, or to get yourself off that habit of mindlessly scrolling on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatsoever, because it does drain your mind at the end of the day, and you always feel like you're a loser and you amount to nothing, because it really, really also like this thing of, I don't know if it's myself only, but this thing of self-comparison. I find like you find a lot of people on the internet like having the best lives, man, living their best lives, having all these nice cars, nice clothes, designer clothes, and nice iPhones, latest iPhones, and you feel like, damn, what am I doing wrong? It's so easy to think that the way you live your life is very wrong. There's something you're doing wrong when you see all these people like living a perfect life. But if you are doing something so meaningful as little as going to the village and playing an event, no, 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 not an event, like a ceremony, playing a ceremony, connect with people in real time, that's so meaningful, because you know that at the end of the day, you're working towards a goal that will help you and everybody else. So that's how I felt, and I was like, I'm definitely like implementing this strategy during the year. I know that it won't be easy because there's Wi-Fi here, there's easy access to the internet, and my day-to-day job is sitting in the office and being in front of screen and do the work. But I'm actually making it a priority to find meaningful connections and like find activities that I can do on a daily basis to actually get rid of all these habits. So yeah, that's one thing I wanted to share. And I hope it does help you. Yeah, like all in all, if you want to get rid of a bad habits, just make sure that you find good habits that you will use to replace those bad ones, because otherwise you can never just get rid of them cold turkey. They will always come back stronger. So yeah, find good things to do and you'll say goodbye to your bad habits. And yeah, I hope you're gonna have a good year. And I'm wishing you all the best on your New Year's resolutions. Or this English now is embarrassing me right in the end of the video. But yeah, I hope you're gonna have a good year and accomplish most of the things that you want to accomplish through hard work. I believe in hard work. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.